Welcome to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast on the Box Office Buzz 302 YouTube channel. I am Gilly Rosari. This is my main man, Larry Loper. This is the Super Bowl edition of the podcast. We are here. We are here. We are here. There are other things I want to get to. We got the NBA trade deadline in a couple days. A couple trades have already happened. We want to talk about the Stevenson versus Lopez boxing match, Royal Rumble, UFC 325, Volkanovski versus Lopez. We got the head coaching tracker. Finally, all the head coaching jobs in the NFL have been taken. There's no more vacancy. So we are going to rank them 1 through 10, best to worst, me and Larry. And of course, we've got our pick and prediction for the Super Bowl. But I want to start on a sad note, and I didn't tell Larry I was going to do this, but it just came to me. On a sad note, we lost an actress that was near and dear to my heart, Catherine O'Hara, best known as Macaulay Culkin's mother in Home Alone and Home Alone 2, and also in the Beetlejuice movies, passed away unexpectedly in her home at age 71 on Friday. That hit me pretty hard because I remember her in the John Candy documentary saying at John Candy's funeral, there aren't too many people in this world that no one says a bad thing about. And she was talking about John Candy. But the fact is, she falls right under the same category. No one ever has a bad word to say about her. She was Canadian. She was a comedic actress. And she was a Chicago Bears fan. So, that means a lot to me. So rest in peace, rest in power, rest in paradise, Catherine O'Hara at age 71, gone too soon. All right, let's get to sports. Larry, trade deadline is in 2 days. We've had 2 trades today. Earlier, we had Jaren Jackson Jr. going to Utah in exchange for players and 3 first-round picks. First-round picks are nothing in the NBA. Nothing. Nothing. But the bigger one was the Clippers sending James Harden, who I just heard yesterday was in a trade rumor. And then less than 48 hours later, he gets traded to Cleveland for Darius Garland. Now, short term, I think it's a good trade for Cleveland, but James Harden's one of those guys that outstays his welcome pretty quickly, leaves his bag packed, shall we say. So what do you think of these 2 trades, in particular the James Harden one? And what do you think about the other ones that are rumored, like Giannis, maybe to Golden State or to the Knicks? Or is that all just hogwash because they're going to wait till the summer to make a deal like that? What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
First and foremost, man, that Harden trade, like you were saying, I don't even think in the short term it's a good trade, bro. I don't. It's James Harden, man. Like, you're giving up Darius Garland. I get it. He has an injury history. He's a short guard. But what he brings to that team when he's on the court, what he brings to that team and the flow of that offense, and make sure that he gets Donovan Mitchell in position. Not saying that James Harden isn't a facilitate guy. He's a facilitate guy. It's just a different type of guard that you're dealing with. You're dealing with a true point guard with Darius Garland compared to James Harden is a heavy, I have to have the ball type of point guard. It's different. I don't think it's going to be fluidity in the offense as much. Yes, you got 2 dominant scorers. We know it's Donovan Mitchell's team, but you're trading off a young key piece for an Asian veteran. And the only way that works is if I'm getting a veteran, if I'm seeing championship or bust. That's the only way that trade makes any type of sense. If you're saying, okay, I could challenge Detroit. I think Detroit is solid for this year, for as one of the big dogs in the East. Boston for sure. And we got to talk about that trade. That was a great one. You're talking about a good trade. Voyachek from the Bulls to Boston. Now that is a trade that is a good trade. You know what I mean? Because you're getting, I'm sorry for me to shift a little bit, but I'm telling you that's a great pick because of what the value of the position you're getting. You got a big man that can score, rebound, assist with far as playing off of Jaylen Brown and all them pieces out there because and you gotta give Missoula his flowers. You know what I mean? Because I didn't see Boston being two. I didn't. I really didn't. With no Tatum, and I know Jaylen Brown was that guy, but I mean he took his game to a different level this year. He is a bona fide 1-1A. That's how I look at that team, right? Hard is not in that same category, man. He's just not. He's not. And then him on the East Coast doesn't work. A team on the East Coast where it worked. He was no show in Philly when they made to the playoffs. When he needed him the most, he deferred. Right? Brooklyn, we're not even going to talk about that.
He quit. He quit on Brooklyn.
Definitely quit. He quit on LA again. I don't want to be here now. I can't. I can't do the James Harden show. I just can't. I can't. You know, I feel sorry for Cleveland. I really do. Because if that is your solution to getting over the hump in the East, not the one. Not the one. I'm not giving up Darius Garland for no James Harden. I'm just not. I just think the piece that I gave up is way too valuable. You know, and on the flip side, you're going to LA, which is LA, man. It's just that Clippers is the Clippers, bro. You just doomed in two franchises that you just can't get nothing done with Darius Garland. You're just going to be a good player that just never pan out to win any type of chips because it's not happening in the Clippers. I don't care what team you put there. We done went from Lob City. We done went to Chris Paul and they had a nice team. We done went to the Kawhi Leonard fiasco with Paul George fiasco. You know, I don't care what the lineup is, man. It just doesn't work in the Clippers, okay? They're the little brother to LA Lakers, and it just doesn't work, okay? That's my opinion of that trade. What about you, my brother, before I get on to the other trades? What about you what's your opinion on that trade?
I think it makes Cleveland better this year because Darius Garland is always hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's got a toe issue now. At least Harden can play through injury, doesn't get injured very often. I think short term, the rest of this year, it helps Cleveland. I don't know about next year, maybe. But you know he's only got a year and a half shelf life. And then he'll ask for another trade, and they'll give him another trade because everybody does. I personally, if I was Cleveland, I would not have gone after Harden. I would not. I think at best it maybe gets you to the Eastern Conference Finals. At best. I don't think you're better than Detroit, and I'm not sure now after this trade you're better than Boston. Boston got themselves another 3-point shooter that can space out the floor even more. You know, a center, power forward that can hit threes. You know, he's a finesse player.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't really do much for me.
Yeah.
Maybe it makes them better for this year, but I agree with you long term. I would not have traded Darius Garland. I would not have. But it wasn't going to work for Cleveland the way as they were currently constructed.
No, it wasn't.
So they're kind of putting all their eggs in one basket, but you know, you're going to need Harden to play more point guard than two guard.
Yeah.
He's done it. He's done it before, but you know he doesn't like doing it.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much in out there in LA, he was pretty much a point. You know, because you know Donovan Mitchell is a two guard. He's a two guard. He's not the point. He's definitely a two guard. You don't want Donovan Mitchell run, even though he did it in Utah. He was the point guard in Utah. I just think he's better at the two. You know what I mean?
He's a two.
Yeah,
and if you put him at point, he's a scoring point.
Yes,
he's not a you know,
a
legit. Yes,
yeah. No,
he's not a you know, pass first or you know, make your teammates better. He's you know, I'm trying to score.
Yeah,
trying to score.
Yeah, and back to the Boston trade, man. That's the piece you need. That you need a center. You need a center because you didn't have a real center out there, right? It's better than you getting Porzingis because at least you ain't got to worry about a person that's Yes, he has injuries, had injury issues in the past, but not as much as Porzingis. Look, Porzingis is injured now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, like, no, I think Voyachek, and he was putting up some decent numbers, double doubles out Chicago. In that system in Boston, I don't care who you plug in, man. It works. Like the coach is really that good. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Boston. One of them teams. It's not hard being a Boston fan. You know what I mean? If you tell me you're a Celtics fan, okay, it's not hard being a Celtics fan. You always have a decent team. Okay. Of late, I'm a Patriots fan. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure you are. Which Patriot fan are you? When they had Tom Brady or when they had what's the dude that when they was bums like 2-15 or something, they was trash and they had the red with the red and the old Patriot helmet
Mm-hmm.
when they was like
before Bledsoe.
Yeah, before Bledsoe. So you was a Patriots fan then, huh? Oh, okay. Only one I could believe is you was from Boston. And even then, I don't think they was Patriots fans then. Okay. But back to what I'm saying about the Celtics. It's easy to follow the Celtics because the Celtics, for franchise-wise, makes very good decisions when it comes to staff, when it comes to players, when it comes to tradition. You know, you have legacies. They pass down legacies. They have built traditions all the way from Red Hour back all the way forward to, I even get Doc Rivers. I give all these dudes their flowers because every new generation, I don't like Doc Rivers. Yeah, I don't. But I
don't
don't
either.
Trash. Like when Milwaukee pulled the trigger, dumb. Okay. But yeah, Boston's Boston. They were smart. I'm not surprised. They have a great GM up there. Brad Stevens is a great GM. It's like he was a great college coach. He was a great NBA coach. He just knows basketball. He's a basketball guy.
He's a basketball savant.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to Boston. They find them, Gil. What can I say?
They go from Danny Ainge, who was great.
Yes.
To Brad Stevens, who might even be better.
Yeah. Can you tell me any moves this man has made since he's been a GM that you questioned the move?
No.
I can't either.
No.
I can't either.
I guess the only question would be why did they fire their previous coach?
Well, it
had something to do with a relationship with another female employee.
Yeah.
But nobody knows nothing.
Nobody knows nothing. But we don't want that blemish, that ugly blemish on Boston. For God knows.
Well, let me tell you, that ugly blemish lasted 2 days. 2 days. They they replaced him with another good head coach.
Yeah, they did.
And they won a championship.
And they won a championship. Yeah.
So they're fine.
They're definitely fine. And
they're fine.
The trade from Jared Jackson to Utah.
Mm-hmm.
I like where Utah's going.
Who runs Utah, by the way? I'll give you a hint. I just said his name.
Danny Ainge? Oh, shoot. Yeah, I like the way they're going. Give them a couple of years. I like the way they're going. They got some good pieces out there. And with this lineup with marketing, Jaren Jackson, and Kessler, that's a big lineup, bro. That's a big lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a really good lineup. Larkin is a 20, 25, 10 guy all day long. Kessler, healthy. He going to give you about 20. Healthy, 18, 20. Jaren Jackson is a double-double, walking double-double, easy. That's what he did in Memphis. He was a rebound guy, defensive player of the year. You know what I mean? You're getting defense. Man, Keontae George, man, you got some ballers out there, bro. Memphis, rebound. You already know what they're doing. They stripping it down, building it back up. They're going to
So now that you brought up Memphis,
yes, sir.
Does John Morant get moved by trade deadline? Oh, you think he?
No.
You think they wait till the summer?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. No. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Too.
I'd be utterly surprised if he get moved by Thursday. I'd be surprised.
What about Giannis?
No.
Summer?
I'd be surprised also this summer. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, me too.
For sure. He's definitely out of Milwaukee. I can tell you that much. Destination choice. I would love to see him in New York. I would love.
It can happen.
It could definitely happen. The Golden State move would be interesting. That'd be interesting. Go to state. Yeah. LeBron's retiring after this year. It's done. He's over.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
I think LeBron loves LeBron. So I think LeBron is going to want to play one more year. May not be with the Lakers. But I think I don't think, I
So where does he
practically
finish his
know
career
he loves the
at?
attention. I don't think he's a Laker. I think he goes somewhere, plays for
Cleveland,
someone next year. Could
Houston.
be, could be Cleveland. It's going to be a good team.
It gotta be a good team. It gotta be a team where if he's gonna play his final year, it'll have to be a championship caliber team, right? And who could I see him playing with? I don't think they got the money. He will have to take a veterans. He will have to not be about the money if he went to Houston.
It'll be cheap. It won't be about the money. It'll be a 1-year deal. I think he gets out of the West. I think it's an East Coast team.
So it had to be Cleveland. I don't see no other East Coast team that you're going to go to that's in a position where, it's Ohio, it's familiarity in Ohio. I don't see them going to New York. I mean,
why not? Why not? What if they don't get Giannis?
LeBron in New York, big market, good team. Likes playing in New York. Could be a possibility.
It likes to be talked about.
Yeah, and if you want, if in your career, why not the mecca of all basketball, right? Interesting. That's very interesting to ponder on. That's a very interesting thing to ponder on, Gil.
It's either going to be a big market team, or it's going to be a team that, with him, looks like they might make a run, like at least make like the finals. And I don't think that's going to happen in the West. No. So I think it has to be an East team.
He ain't going to Philly. He ain't going to Philly.
He's not going to Boston.
He definitely going to Boston. Hell no.
Can he go back home for a third time? He could.
He could retire when and then they could get a package with him and Bronny.
Bronny be a throw-in.
Come on, man.
Let me give you a bag of peanuts.
Man. It's Bronny, man. Come on, man. I ain't like your expression. It's Bronny.
Anybody else, trade-wise, you think could move by the deadline? Of note.
Of note?
Yes.
No, no name is popping out.
I don't either, because these bigger names, like I said to you earlier, if they're going to move them, they usually do it within 24 to 48 hours. Yeah. We've been hearing about the same guy for weeks. No, I don't think it's going to happen. They got more options if they wait till the summer anyway. Plus, the thing is, Giannis is hurt. I'm not giving up the farm for a guy. I don't know when he's going to be ready to play.
That part. Not that part. Like, no, it'd be like you getting Damian Lillard when they got for Portland. Like, he's not even playing this year. So, I don't think so. I was surprised that Jaden Ivey got traded to Chicago, but then I get it too. They've been playing, they've been balling. Detroit been balling with Cade Cunningham as that guy. It's his team. And also, man, Coach of the Year, definitely nominations has to be JJ Bickerstaff, man, what he's done in Detroit. Him and Mazzola, them two dudes right there is top on my list for Coach of the Year this year, because I did not have Boston being 2 in the East at all. Mm-hmm. I barely had them being even a playing team, be honest, bro. And you talk about what Detroit has done with the expectations of being a better team, and you live up to the expectation. It wasn't a fluke year. It wasn't you know how I go. You have a great year like a Cleveland, and then it's a decline this year. Mm-hmm. Detroit is for real, man. They have they have an identity. They play good ball.
What a turnaround from 2 years ago.
Oh my goodness. We went from a laughing stock, a guaranteed dub on your schedule. You look at the schedule and say, oh, Detroit, dub. Now it's like, Pistons basketball is back. Story franchise back in the business, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it because I always say the pancake got to get flipped. It has to get flipped, bro.
That's a
I'm
good
saying.
one. That's a good one. All right. So that is our segment for the NBA trade deadline portion. Let's go to some combat.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start with the Stevenson versus Lopez fight. That was
Right.
on what? Masson? No, not Masson. The Zone, right? The
Zone.
Zone.
Yep, the zone.
It was on the Zone. You watched this
Yes,
fight.
I did.
I heard Stevenson kind of dominated, but was as boring as his usual self. Was this true?
I want to talk about this born as itself and this narrative of Stevenson being a born fighter. First and foremost, man, for anybody out there that knows boxing, the art of boxing is a very simple concept that we must really understand. It is the hit, don't get hit. Plain and simple. He is underneath the cloth of some of the best defensive fighters that I have ever witnessed. Sweet Pea Whitaker, defensive fighter. Yes, he was not an offensive guy. One of the best defensive fighters to do it. Floyd Mayweather, very good defensive fighter. I mean, the best that ever did it as being a defensive fighter. Yes, we might want to see a fighter like a Mike Tyson where you just get in there as a brawl. And yes, it's good to fill the seats. And yes, it's great far as if you want to see like the brutality of boxing, but the art of boxing is what this guy is, a technician. He is the best, one of the best ones I have seen do it because guess what? Yes, it's a boring fight, just like watching Floyd was a boring fight, right? What you're not seeing is how they command the ring. That's what you don't see and you don't understand about the greatness of a Shakur, okay? You had to fight his fight. He is so good at what he does, and he's fast, man. He's fast. Like, and if you look at that fight, which I did the whole fight, Lopez only won 2 rounds. He had no clear game plan. Whatever game plan he thought he was going to come in and do, it didn't work. Okay. He thought that he was going to come in with his power, overpower him, right? That was his game plan. He never had no hands like me. He's a defensive guy. You have to be able to crack the defense. Okay. You got to understand who he's aligned with, first and foremost. His best friend, one of his best friends, and who he trains all the time is Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford, in my opinion, is the best fighter I've seen.
I might agree with you on that.
Fighter I've seen, right? And you know what else I respect about Bud Crawford, Gil, is that you don't see this type of fighter very often, okay? What I mean is, normally when these fighters get the money, Tank Davis, I could throw a bunch of guys out there, man, that got some money and change, bro. Like they changed, they became arrogant. And I get it. Boxing is an arrogant, cocky sport. It's a gladiator sport. But you don't have to lose yourself in the process. I get it. You want to sell fights and you want to talk a little trash and all that, but that's just the promotion of the fight. You don't necessarily have to lose yourself because a lot of these guys come from amateurs together. They know each other. They build friendships together. And as soon as they get a little bag or you're the next guy, they pit over. Now you become this whole different person. It's a life lesson type thing. You know what I mean? It's like money doesn't change you, bro. It just brings out what's already in you. So if you was an a-hole, you're just going to be a super a-hole because you got a bunch of money and you're just a super a-hole, right?
Yeah.
Or if you was a nice guy, you just got a nice guy with money. You know what I mean? You will still be the same person, Gil. So, and that's what I respect about Terrence Crawford. He comes from nothing. He comes from slums. He comes from the ghetto. He comes from all that. He was a bad kid that got into boxing. He never cheated the sport like Floyd. He was a technician. Shakur, coveted. He's been that guy. Really, if you don't know boxing, don't know anything about boxing, Shakur has always been like kind of the golden guy. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't cheated the sport. He's a technician. Yes, it's not going to be an exciting fight when you watch Shakur. It's like watching David Haney. It's just not going to be exciting. You're not going to get that. But if you want to see a person who dominates in a defensive method where you can't crack it, Him.
What'd you think of Crawford kind of mocking Lopez after
Well,
the
that was
fight?
because at the end of the day, it's Pop, man. It's just Pop, and then it's T.O. You know, T.O. because T.O. You know, T.O. has said some crazy stuff, and at times they said, man, is he racist? I was watching Breakfast Club saying, you think T.O. racist? And Shakur's like, nah, he ain't. I've been around the guy. He's not racist, man. I wouldn't say he's racist, nah. It's just that, you know, he wants the clout. And being that you want the clout, you'll put yourself out there and you'll say some things. And it really is Pop was really, you know, it's Pop. And I was watching Max Kellerman, and he was saying, which I believe also, was that his Pop did an amazing job getting him to a championship level. Okay. It's time for him to let his fighter go to the next level with somebody else. Because that fight, he did not instruct him as being his corner man how to make the adjustments in the fight at all. Like he gave him no instructions whatsoever to get him motivated to be in that fight. Like when Andre Ward was down when he fought Crusher, was it Kolachev? Kolachev, right? When he was down, he took that knockdown early.
In the first fight.
Yes. His ring man, his corner man said enough, made the adjustments, woke the beast up in him where he dominated the rest of the fight.
Yeah.
Right. Lopez's corner should have said, hold up. You gotta find a way to get in. It's not working. He's controlling the center. You know, he's faster than you. So you're going to be patient. You know, this is the same guy who beat Lomachenko, which to Lomachenko's credit, he starts slow. That was always his thing. He started slow. Because I truly believe if Lomachenko would have came out first round with a pace, he would have beat Lopez. He would have beat him.
Because it was a close fight anyway.
It was.
But yeah, it reminds me of Sugar Shane Mosley and his father when he first started having problems, and his father didn't know what to say. So he wound up having to get a different corner man because his father was only good when he was front running, but when he was behind or in trouble, he didn't know what to say. You could see it in his face. So, yeah, I can relate to that. So Lopez probably needs to tell his Pop to either pipe down or just get out.
Just get out. And I think with this win, Shakur definitely is. I agree with Max Kellerman and Shady McCoy because, you know, they got a after the boxing program I watch. And they got him ranked number 2, pound for pound. I agree because Usyk is definitely number 1. Usyk, he's definitely number 1 because you got
the heavyweight.
Yeah, well, but he's really a cruiserweight, technically beating heavyweights.
Yeah,
that's why he's number 1. You know what I'm saying? He's a cruiserweight, bro. He really is beating heavyweights. You know what I mean? And
wasn't that him in the the Smashing Machine?
Yes, sir. It was him. Yup. He's number 1 pound for pound, no question. And I would probably pick the monster number 3, the Mexican monster. My baby. Oh man, you know what I'm talking about too, man. Canelo was ducking him. It's gonna come to me, America. I can't think of him right now, man. He called the Mexican monster though. He's number 3. He's number 3. Only because nobody wants to fight him.
Right.
Nobody wants to fight him.
Let's see here.
I think it was a Mexican monster, man. Oh man, David Ortiz.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
It's David Ortiz. I think it's David Ortiz. Yeah, it is. It is David Ortiz, Mexican monster. Yeah, they don't want to fight him. So he had to go up in weight because nobody wanted to fight him at his weight. You know what I mean? So.
All right. So that was that.
David Benavidez. It's David Benavidez. David Benavidez.
Sure.
David Ortiz. No, David Benavidez. That's his name. David Benavidez. David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, is number 3 because nobody wants to fight him. He's the most feared fighter out there. Nobody wants to fight him. See, he went up in weight because he couldn't get a fight at He wanted Canelo, but Canelo did not want that work. And I can see probably why. This dude hits hard. He's tall, long, and he hits hard. And he likes getting hit. He's Mexican. He don't mind scrapping with you. He likes it. Saying, man, Mexicans, man, man, Mexicans some tough fighters, man. They are, man. Mexicans are tough.
That's why they're called Mexicans, not Mexicans.
I like that.
Yeah, I didn't come up with. All right, let's move on. Royal Rumble was also this past weekend. We did not watch it because we did not have the ESPN app. But I have the ESPN app, but I don't have it to where I can watch stuff like that. You got to pay for that. But the three things that stood out was Roman Reigns winning the men's Royal Rumble. And he has already chosen CM Punk to be the guy that he wants to take on at WrestleMania. No shocker there, but that's pretty cool. That'll make for a good main event. Night number 2. Liv Morgan won the women's Royal Rumble. She has not picked yet. She has a choice between Stephanie Vergara and Jade Cargill right now. I think she's going to pick Stephanie Vergara because if she takes on Jade Cargill, she'll have to go to SmackDown. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think Jade is in line to take on either Naomi when she comes back or Bianca Belair when she comes back. Both of them have been out almost a year for two different reasons.
I would rather see Stephanie fight anyway. I think that'd be a great fight between them two. Compare that and Jade Cargill.
I think that would be a good one too. I think that would be stylistically more even.
Yeah.
And of course, Gunther does the trifecta by retiring another great wrestler. AJ Styles this time falls victim in his last match in a loss to Gunther. So in less than a year's time, Gunther has beaten and retired Goldberg, John Cena, and now AJ Styles.
You know who he is, man. I'm gonna tell you who he reminds me of. It's a real life guy. I'm gonna tell you a name, man. You might not heard this guy ever in your life. This guy from England time, medieval times. His name was Oliver Cromwell. You know what they called him? The Kingslayer. He killed a bunch of kings in his daytime. He was a parliament guy. He was a government guy. Okay.
A government guy, but wind up being a murderer.
Well, it's the government murderer type. Like,
wait a minute, the government doesn't kill people, especially innocent ones. Come on.
Yeah, man, the government doesn't kill nobody, Gil, man. Government is all for the people, man. All for the people, brother. But yeah, Gunther, man. Yeah, that's his new title. He's if you want to retire,
a legend killer. That's what he goes by. He goes by the Ring General and the Legend Killer.
That's what he is. You want to end your career? Go see him.
Yeah.
It seems like Roman Reigns is back to save the company.
Well, somebody's got to, because
somebody got to, man. Yeah.
The booking lately, Royal Rumble did bad viewing wise.
Yeah.
It did not sell out. And in Saudi Arabia, that's not the loudest crowd anyway.
No.
And the females, in my opinion, looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
All those outfits they were wearing, only thing exposed was from the neck up and their hands.
Yeah.
That was it. They looked ridiculous. But hey, WWE took the money and ran.
That's what they did.
They took the money and ran. Our girls can't wear their normal outfits? Okay. Just make sure the check keeps coming. Make sure the check cashes.
That's it, man.
They took the money. They took the money. So,
and I guess ESPN was it's obviously profitable. Must be more profitable.
We'll see. It might be short-term profit because I never thought once ESPN picked up UFC, I never thought a few years later they would leave. Never. But they did. and they got a better deal somewhere else, Paramount Plus. So,
UFC.
oh yeah, let's go to that UFC 325 main event. Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. Now, we both watched it. We both thought it was a good fight. I actually think these guys are so skilled that you don't actually see like the previous week, the
Yeah,
rock'em sock'em. It's not quite as entertaining, but skill level, I mean, these guys are A plus, both of them. It was a
yeah.
rematch. Volkanovski won the rematch, so he's won both fights now. What did you think of the fight, and what did you think of the decision? Because it was
Um,
close.
I thought it was a real good fight, man. And off the record, off camera, me and you talking, me not being as knowledgeable of UFC and the rules and how the point system is awarded. I just thought Lopez fought a good fight. I thought it was questionable. I didn't know who the champ was, so I understand why the champ won, because it's sort of like in boxing or any other sport. You have to definitely beat the champ. It can't be questionable. So I thought it was a great fight, but I don't think he dominated the champ. I thought it was definitely a good fight. It could have went both ways. So being that it could have went both ways, naturally is going to go to the champ, and he was home. So you would have to really either knock him out or really dominate him. There was no question that who won that fight. So if you would have raised his hands, it would have been controversial.
Mhm.
So honestly, I thought the champ did enough, to make it a questionable fight. So, I mean, I was surprised at the outcome of the winner, not knowing the rules. But once you
Mhm.
explained it, I said, well, it makes sense why the champ won.
Yeah, Lopez was going to have to decisively win. He was going to have to get like 4 out of the 5 rounds. You were going to have to really notice it. When it's even, you always give the benefit of the doubt to the champion. To be the man, you got to beat the man, and you got to take the title from the champ. You don't want it to be, it's real close. We're going to let the champ lose. No, you don't really want that. You want the challenger to come up and take it.
Mhm.
You don't want, if it's 50-50, the belt changes hands. You don't want that. I thought Volkanovski won basically primarily because he got a couple takedowns. I think that's how he was able to win some of those rounds. Couldn't keep him down, but he got some of those takedowns. Lopez didn't. He got on Alexander's back a couple times, but couldn't do anything with it. These guys were high level, man. High level striking, high level grappling. Someone had to win. Volkanovski won. By the way, Volkanovski has a cooking page on Facebook called Volk Cooks, and it's
Okay.
basically just carnivore stuff like steaks, burgers, things like that. I highly recommend it. If you're a guy who likes meat, oh my gosh, he puts out some good stuff there. That's like his
Oh,
little like side business and stuff like that. Yes. Good stuff. Very appetizing. Very. So it's called Volk Cooks, and
well, cool.
it's on Facebook. I
Okay.
watch I watch it all the time. They're short videos. There isn't one that's more than 60 seconds. So, from beginning to end, you'll figure it out. I mean, it's basically burgers and steaks. And sometimes he'll do the same kind of steak, but he'll do it like he'll do the like a Chinese wagyu, an American wagyu, and an Australian wagyu, and he'll show the difference. And
That's dope.
all three look amazing, amazing, amazing. So anyway, that was a side note. All right, let's move on. The NFL, there are no more coaching vacancies.
No more.
All the head jobs have been taken, excuse me. There were 10 openings, and all 10 have been taken. Now, to me, the easiest thing to pick was my number 10. I had a guy that I was like, I don't like this one. So I want to know, out of the 10,
Okay.
who is your number one first?
Number one, going 1 to 10.
Yes. 1 to 10. Who's your
Oh,
number one?
my number one, John Harbaugh. That's
Okay.
my number one. And the reason why I think one, especially the staff he's putting together, is going to be a good one. Experience, market. You got a quarterback you can work with. You got a defense that's coming up. You got a lot of pieces. You got a wide receiver that's the number one wide receiver, Malik Neighbors. Depending on what they do in the draft, which I'm pretty sure you'll have a lot to say in what's going on with the draft process. I think you'll be able to build a good team, a great team eventually, and get New York back to how we know New York to be. So, great hire. They finally got it right. Number one on my list.
Well, they gave him the power. He is now ahead. He does not answer to the GM.
Oh,
So
good. Oh, yeah.
he's, outside of the owners, Tish and the Maras, he's the number one guy. He
Uh,
he's so with the 20 million a year, he gets, I don't know if he's got the title of president, but the GM kind of works for him. They'll say, "Oh, we got to collaborate." Blah 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 blah. The fact is, the GM can't bring in or get rid of anybody that Harbaugh doesn't want him to. It's the opposite of what happened in Buffalo. It's
got
the
you.
opposite. It's the opposite of that. All right, so that is your number one.
Yes, sir.
My number one, I guess, is going to surprise you, but I think this is a great fit. I love it. My number one is Jesse Minter to the
Is it?
Baltimore Ravens. That is my number one. I think he's going
Okay.
to turn. He used to be in Baltimore. He worked with John. He was the defensive coordinator. Then the last 2 years, he worked with John's brother Jim with the Chargers, got their defense going, and now he's back in Baltimore. Man, if Baltimore gets their defense turned around, whoa, they got the personnel.
They do got the personnel.
Oh my gosh, I think, and everybody's like, "Oh, this dude is head coach ready. Head coach ready." Came back to the organization that he knew. I mean, I like John Harbaugh, and I think him going to the Giants was a great pickup. But I think Baltimore picking up Jesse Minter to replace him, that's my number one hire. That is my number one hire.
Oh man,
So
I'm glad we're having this conversation, man, because all this is totally off. Let's go.
good. Let's we'll hit the middle after this one, but I think we picked the same guy on this one. Who is your number 10? Your least favorite hire?
Ty Monken. Ty Monken. Ty
Agreed.
Monken. What the hell
Agreed.
was y'all thinking about, Cleveland?
Cleveland.
What is y'all thinking about? You have a defensive coordinator that was already there that's actually had your defense, top 5 defense.
No, offense. Offense.
I'm sorry, I keep thinking he's an offensive.
Offense.
What? He couldn't figure what to do with Derrick Henry and all the weapons he had out in Baltimore. What the hell are he going to do in Cleveland with no weapons? You tripping. Man, you bugging. I would have, what? DC would have been head coach. That would have been the move. Schwartz would have been head coach.
Schwartz. Yeah, now Schwartz is leaving.
I would have left too. I would have left too. I'd have left too. Makes no sense. Man, bad, dumb, move, stupid, all the above. That's why they're 10. That's why they're going to be trash. And it still make no sense. Even though they got a Pro Bowl quarterback, that didn't make no sense at all. Sharks should have made the Pro Bowl. I'm sorry. Shaw couldn't have made the Pro Bowl because he's in the NFC. Sorry. Anyway, I don't believe that he should have made the Pro Bowl.
So I agree with you. I think Todd Monken was the worst hire.
Yeah.
And I'm only really, I'm a little iffy on another guy, but I think all the other hires were pretty solid. Who is your 2 and your 3?
I got Mike McCarthy as my 2 out in Pittsburgh. I think you got stability. Aaron Rodgers probably stay another year. And he's just a winner. Mike McCarthy, you're going to be winning. So you're not going to have a losing season with Mike McCarthy. He brings stability. So I think that was a great hire. It's a Pittsburgh type hire.
I think it's a good hire. He's a little on the old side for Pittsburgh, who likes to keep their guys around for a long time. But I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to stay. I think Will Howard is going to be the guy next year.
Okay.
The one they drafted this past
From out of
the last draft.
Ohio State.
Yeah, I think Will Howard is the
Well,
guy gonna
he's with
go
a
in.
coach that could bring the best out of him, so it works. And
He
maybe,
was,
like you said, because he's old, that Pittsburgh thing was okay. We don't want to, gamble on a person who doesn't have the experience yet. Let them build the team up in Mike McCarthy's tenure, and then when that next smoking head coach is coming out, the younger guy that fits the culture, like your guy in Notre Dame, Marcus,
mhm, mhm,
Marcus, Marcus. I put it out there early, Gil.
you did. Marcus Freeman.
If Marcus Freeman come in Pittsburgh, whoo! Remember I said this, y'all. Ain't no profit. I'm just saying it'd be a smart move. Be a smart move, Gail.
Who is your number 3?
My number 3 is Kevin Stefanski. I got Kevin Stefanski out of Atlanta. He's an offensive minded guy. He got a ton of weapons to work with. The defense they committed to defense last year, so they have a defense. So I think it's a good situation for him. He was coach of the year, so he's a good coach, and it's a good situation. I think he'll get, especially in that division, Atlanta back to prominence. What about you, brother? Who's your second, 2, and 3rd?
My 2 and 3, I have Stefanski 2,
Okay.
and I got John Harbaugh 3.
Okay.
My 4 and 5 to round out my top 5, I got Mike McCarthy 4,
Okay.
and I got Jeff Hafley 5 down in Miami.
Okay.
He was head coach of Boston College. Then the last 2 years he was defensive coordinator in Green Bay, and now he's the head coach at Miami. So for me, I like my top 4. I think are rock solid: Jesse Minter, Stefanski, Harbaugh, McCarthy. I like those 4 a lot. Then 5 to 8, I'm
On
iffy
the
on,
fence.
but I'm kind of arrow slightly pointing up.
Okay.
And then my number 9, I'm not crazy about, and we already talked about 10. So 4 McCarthy, 5 Jeff Hafley. Who's your 4 and 5?
Believe it or not, it's gonna surprise you. My 4th is, bro. But I actually got Clint Kubiak as my 4th, and I
Mm-hmm.
got Joe Brady as my 5. Clint Kubiak, why? Because one, you're going to get your number 1 quarterback, which would be Mendoza. Okay. Um, you want an offensive minded coach to come in there. Yes, he has a lot of stuff that has to be done in Vegas to get him up to par. I get it, right? But you do have the number 1 quarterback coming out. And hopefully if he could live up to any of the quarterbacks that came out that y'all draft class, and even show promise as a quarterback at the last draft. So you're getting some guys that can play the position. Okay. Especially with these new type of quarterbacks coming out of college nowadays. Think about Bo Nix on the boys. You got the experienced college boys that's coming out that can play at a pro level. Okay. You seen what he did. You seen what Clint Kubiak did out there because he had just came from
Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah,
Yeah, he's with
Seattle. You
Seattle.
see what he see?
That's why he's not allowed to accept the
Yeah,
job until after the
officially.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, but you see what he did, man. You see what he did. So he definitely is capable with the right pieces of running an efficient offense. It's just got to build the pieces. Okay. And Joe Brady is only because of familiarity. He's been there. He's the guy. They like him. Josh Allen likes him. So it's just we'll see if he could translate that to head coach. But he is already a welcome face in the building. So we'll see how that translates to the next level. Like you're saying, some of these offensive guys, hey man, it's different, man, when you gotta be a manager, personnel manager of people.
Mm-hmm.
That skill set doesn't always carry over to the next level. But
100%. I think as offensive coordinators, those guys are awesome, but you just don't know if it's going to translate. With Kubiak, his father was head coach a
yeah,
couple different times.
yep.
So, if you want to make a correlation there, he was around it. His father would probably advise him on, things to do and stuff like that. So yeah, I like both of them. By the way, you might have forgot But you remember that awesome LSU team that won the championship in 2019 with
Yeah.
Joe Burrow
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and Chase and Jefferson and all
Yes,
them?
sir.
Do you remember who the offensive coordinator was?
Was it Kubiak?
Nope.
Joe, ooh, Joe Brady? Was he?
That is correct.
Ooh, he has some weapons out there. I mean, he knows
Yeah.
how to run some offense,
He
though, man.
knows how to run an
He not
offense.
running offense, so that's not even a question mark of that side of football. I don't think they're gonna have a drop off on that side of football. Question is, who do you bring as your defensive coordinator? Um, and see if he all could work out because now it's a lot of expectations on him. Because if you fired Sean McDermott, you bring this guy in with expectations if y'all going to another level.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure,
There's
bro.
a lot of pressure, and it's a lot of pressure early.
Early, yes.
Usually, if a first-year head coach doesn't, after a Super Bowl win and your first year as the head coach are the 2 years where the pressure isn't really on you big time. But for Brady, it's kind of gonna be.
Yeah.
It's kind of gonna be.
You want to
All
see?
right. I have my 6, 7, 8
Mhm.
is Robert Saleh,
Okay.
Clint Kubiak, and
Okay.
Joe Brady. Those are my 6, 7, 8. Who's your 6, 7, 8?
Okay, man. My six, I agree with you, is Robert Saleh. My seven is Matt LaFleur. I don't have too much
Mike.
information on him. Mike
Mike.
LaFleur. Mike LaFleur. Mike LaFleur. I apologize. America. I'm the retarded guy. And Jesse Mentor will be my eighth. But being that you
Mm.
explained his position and what he's done, and then being that he is going back to Baltimore as a defensive guy with that defense and them pieces, I mean, honestly, that's not a good position for him to be in as the eighth pick. But this is only because I didn't know too much about him. So that's why he fell in the eighth spot for me. And then Robert Saleh being in down Tennessee, man. Hey man, we'll see what you're gonna do. I'm big on the guy. I think uh he went to the Jets, was a terrible organization, but guess what? You're going to Tennessee, was another terrible organization. So we shall see if you can right the wrong and see if you are worthy of being a head coach. We shall see.
Well, he does have Dayball as his offensive coordinator.
Which I think is a great pickup. I think that the offense will be booming. And then he does what he does. He's a defensive guy. So I think if you get the right pieces and they allow him and don't be on some microwave stuff. But this is the same team that fired Mike Vrabel, who is going to the Super Bowl. So we shall see. They didn't give Callahan a long rope, did they? So they're not a very patient franchise. Okay, front office is not patient. So we're gonna see how long he has to develop his type of team.
Agreed. My number 9 is Mike LaFleur.
Okay.
I feel like just Arizona settled on him. You
Yeah.
forget Mike LaFleur was Robert Saleh's first offensive coordinator with the Jets. Didn't
Oh
stay
my
there very
goodness.
long.
Was he?
Didn't stay there very long.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
So,
they settled. Yeah. If I would have known that, Gil, that he'd have been a nice spot for me too. I got Joe
yeah,
Hafley, and Joe Hafley probably be way better than Mike LaFleur because Arizona is a crap show. He has weapons out there, but you saying that he was the offensive coordinator for the Jets, that ain't looking promising.
no. And what are they doing with the quarterback? What are they doing?
I don't know, man. Obviously, Kyler Murray ain't playing for Arizona no more, so we trying to see where
Are
he
you
going.
sure? Because you know what these coaches say. Oh, I could coach anybody. I could get them turned around. It'd be easier for Arizona to keep them
I
than
believe
it'll
so.
be to move them. Nobody's giving up a first rounder for him. Not with that contract.
Do they believe? The question is, does the team believe him as being his leader, their leader?
These head coaches sometimes they give really good speeches.
We shall see.
Yeah,
We
we
shall
we
see.
we shall see. All right, that was our head coaching carousel. Now it's time.
It's time. Is it time?
It's time for the last time.
For the last time?
For the last time for our pick and prediction for Super Bowl 60 in the National Football League. Let's go!
Oh, man.
All right. This Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. You coming over, by the way?
Man, might as well, because, might as well, man. You throwing a party?
I wouldn't say a party, but there'll be food.
Man, it works for me, man. Yeah, because nobody looking forward to this daggone Super Bowl, but football people, because ain't nobody been talk about this Super Bowl, man. So yeah, I'll come hang out with you, man. Shoot.
Sounds good.
I'll come hang out
Sounds good. Come over to the crib.
Sir.
All right. We got the 14-3 Seattle Seahawks wearing their home uniforms versus the 14-3 New England Patriots wearing the white uniforms. The Seahawks right now are a 4.5-point favorite. I think that might actually go up. Ooh. I think it might go up.
Ooh,
I do.
Disrespectful. Ooh.
Well, the more they keep saying that Drake May is got a shoulder problem.
Man, that's New England's propaganda, man. That's why Belichick.
They want to get the betting up. They want to get the betting up.
Belichick and Kraft ain't make the first team ballot.
Belichick and Kraft didn't make it. I could see
ballot.
Belichick not making it because he's, a cheat.
Yeah.
He got caught cheating more than once. And all this crying. I can't believe he's not a first round. Be quiet. Be quiet. Barry Bonds isn't in the Hall of Fame. Mark McGuire's not in the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds isn't in the Hall of Fame, and they technically never caught him cheating. And he's still not in. Okay, so just relax. He's gonna wait a year. Just relax. I'm surprised Robert Kraft.
I am too. Well, goes to show you, man. I guess
he's been to the Super Bowl 3 different eras.
Yeah, I guess what happened in Florida does hurt you.
Come on, man. Come on,
man. I'm saying, man, everybody need a massage.
Come on. All right. I'm just saying. The guy went to the Super Bowl with Drew Bledsoe and Bill Parcells. He went to the Super Bowl many times with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
He turned around
the franchise, to the Super Bowl with Drake May and Mike Vrabel. So
he turned the franchise around, man. Come on, man. Stop it.
Yeah, man.
Stop it. If Jerry Jones was my owners in, Kraft definitely deserves to get in. So
I think committee. And he's 84 years old. What are we waiting for?
Come on, committee. Y'all
stop. What are we waiting for?
Well, anyway, back to this game, right? Yes. It's New England, man. You know what, man? We and you talked about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back and forth again, if you might ask. Quarterback ass, who you give it to?
Wow. So it's close, but if I gotta pick somebody right now, I'm gonna go Sam.
Okay.
Sam Darnold. But it's close. Defense. It's close. Defense, both are good, but if I gotta pick, I'm gonna pick Seattle.
Okay. Special teams.
I'm definitely going with Seattle.
Okay. Coach.
It's dead even. It's dead even.
Okay. Did I miss any category?
Running back, wide receivers.
Okay. Running back.
Running back, I got even because there's one really good guy for Seattle and 2 pretty good to good guys with New England.
Indeed.
But wide receivers, I'm gonna go with Seattle.
Okay, cool. So I'm agreement 100% with everything you just said, right? So on paper and logically, I'm saying Seattle is the better team. Seattle had the harder schedule.
Yes, harder division.
For sure. They dominated. They were consistent. They spanked jokers on the road. They were consistent. The 3 losses they had, one of the losses, Sam Darnold caught the ball 4 times, and they almost still could have won the game. Okay. In the playoffs, it was a joke. Okay. You sent me something on the phone that showed me just how ludicrous the path to the Super Bowl for New England was. I don't know if they're from Boston area. So it's a lucky leprechaun up there because there's a lot of luck that went on. There's a lot of fool's gold, a lot of rainbows and things went on, man. You know what I mean? Because their path was, you beat who's in front of you, but it was in front of
easy.
you. I'm just saying. One team had to really play some good teams at their only team that Seattle didn't have to play that was just damaged, and as you should have destroyed was not Arizona, San Francisco. You gotta hobble San Francisco, man. It was a decimated team, man. Come on. So you was
but they were coming off a win against
Philadelphia. They really did. But once again, they were not the same team they played week one.
Mm-hmm.
And it destroyed them, as they should have, right? You played the AFC Championship with a backup quarterback named Stidham and a coach that just did the dumbest play ever and not kicked the field goal, and he helped you out that way. And then the weather guys opened up the floodgates and make it a dirty, mucky, nasty game, and you still made it. You played the CJ Stroud, who just don't forgot how to play football, to whack back-to-back weeks, great defense, but when your quarterback has the worst game of his freaking career in the playoffs, hey, what you gonna say, right? And then you played the Chargers opening round with no offensive line and a quarterback who was seeing every ghost. He was seeing ghosts, as Sam Darnold said when he first started with the Jets. I saw a ghost, okay?
Yep.
So that's the path of New England. You ask me who I'm picking, my man. I'm just going to shoot the dice with the better team, you ask me. I'm going to go with Seahawks. Sam Darnold vindicated. He raises that Lombardi trophy. What a story, man. What a story, man. Woo! Ric Flair.
The total number is 45.5.
Oh, man, shoot. Defense is, I hate them numbers, 45.5, bro. But I ain't just going to pick no low-scoring game either. Over. We're not having no more Seattle. We're not having that Rams and Patriots 10-9 dumb crap. No. Or with 10-3, whatever the heck that dumb score was. No. It's not good for ratings. Over.
I think both defenses are going to show up and show out. I think these quarterbacks are going to be a little bit hesitant in the first half, have the jitters in the first half. So I think it's going to be a very low-scoring first half. Second half, it'll pick up, but I don't think it will be over 46. So I'm going to take the under. But other than that, I'm agreeing with you. I think it's going to be raise the flag for the 12th man. I think Sam Darnold will be the guy from the 2018 draft of all those quarterbacks to win the first Super Bowl. And I think the Seahawks win and cover the 4.5. They may actually win by double figures. I think the further this game goes along, the more widespread Seattle is going to start to separate themselves from New England.
Blasphemy to you. Blasphemy to you. You don't talk about the Patriots like that. They have never been in a Super Bowl where they have got destroyed in a Super Bowl. Never.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That's not true. That's not true.
Oh, you're right. The Bledsoe Super Bowl, wasn't it? No.
Nope.
What Super Bowl they got destroyed?
They got annihilated by my Chicago Bears in 1986.
Oh, shoot, man. I wasn't born. I'm lying.
No, you were born.
I'm born.
You were born. You just weren't paying attention.
Yeah, I'm paying attention.
That was the famous 85 Bears
against the
New England Patriots.
That's what they played?
That's who they played.
I never knew they beat the crap out the Patriots.
The Tony Eason-led New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Yes. Before Robert Kraft owned them.
Wow.
Yes. And they annihilated
them.
Yeah. But believe it or not, they were down 3-0 early in the first quarter.
Okay.
And yeah. And then then the tidal wave came.
So was the Cowboys when we was down to Buffalo. I'm sorry, Buffalo. Did I say that? I'm sorry, Buffalo. I'm sorry.
Oops. So
Not.
we both got Seattle
Yes, sir.
winning and covering the 4.5. And I heard this question asked on the Rich Eisen show today. So I want to ask you this question because I was thinking about it. If this comes true and Seattle wins,
Mm-hmm.
Sam Darnold has at least a decent game.
Mm-hmm.
Decent. It doesn't even have to be real good. Just decent. Like
Mm-hmm.
they didn't win despite him. Like he was part of it.
Okay.
Does that put Sam Darnold in from the 2018 draft? Does he jump the line and is he the closest to the Hall of Fame from that draft?
No.
He
My
doesn't jump the line.
no.
You
No.
still have
I still got
who?
Josh Allen.
What about Lamar?
Questionable.
Lamar's got 2 MVPs.
He do.
Josh
He
Allen's
do.
only got one.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, Lamar has to make it in his. Yeah, because they both resume wise be in the same category, wouldn't they? They didn't go to the big dance. Not one of them. They are great. They have been MVPs. They never been over to the big dance. So yeah, Lamar. If I'm saying Josh had to make it, yeah, of course. Um, has Sam Darnold did enough though in his resume to warrant?
I'm just saying on a path
On a path,
going
on a
on a
path.
path
If,
going
if, if he could sustain
going
this,
there.
yeah,
Who's at the top right now? If
nah,
he
yeah,
wins it, no, not him.
ain't him. No,
What
I
what what about is he ahead of Baker?
yeah, he's got a Baker. Yeah, yeah,
He's ahead
yeah,
of Baker,
he's got a Baker. Yeah,
but he's behind Josh and
Josh,
Lamar.
well, yeah, for
I
sure.
agree.
Yeah,
I
for
agree.
sure.
I agree with that. I agree. I would
Yeah,
probably put Allen slightly ahead of Lamar.
yeah,
At least Allen has been to the AFC Championship game
yeah,
twice.
yeah,
Lamar never has. So, yeah, I
yeah.
would go Allen, Lamar right behind him, and then
And then,
Sam.
yeah.
But,
And if you want to get freaky, you want to
whoa,
get freaky.
ooh,
I'm gonna say something crazy and ludicrous.
Ludacris like the rapper?
Like ludicrous, like the rapper, like bold prediction, ludicrous. I believe that the future, and we will be
Right. I'm
discussing this,
gonna write
that the
down
future,
future.
Caleb Williams, the
Oh, oh,
trajectory path he's going,
oh, oh.
um, Jerk May, the path he's going. I want to say Jaden, but I'm afraid of Washington because they'll mess it up. So I can't put him in the same category. Even though he's outstanding, but I can't. Out that class, I believe them too. And I think Bo Nix, believe it or not, going the way he's going, if he could not be injury prone and not keep getting injured, them three dudes could possibly make the Hall of Fame in the future if they on the path they're on with the
On the path
coaching.
they're on, you think all three could make it?
Yes, sir. The path they're on, I believe that they're set up to win and be very successful. And the only question mark is Washington because just Washington does not make very smart decisions. Just like now, that whole staff is a joke, in my opinion. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm curious to see what they do, but it's not looking promising. And I'm afraid they're going to do what they did with RG3 and mess that boy up.
Hmm.
That part. I don't think they're going
Uh,
to be enough.
I think Jaden Daniels is a great talent,
You too.
and I think maybe he is out of the group the best quarterback right now. Maybe I don't know. He was last year. Um, if they underachieve again this year, like finish with a losing record, I think they're gonna get a whole new coaching staff.
Yeah, I do.
And whoever they bring in maybe will uh, revise or energize Jaden Daniels. But under the current situation, yeah, I don't. I think Washington got lightning in a bottle. And I
Yeah.
said going into this year that they were going to
Oh,
be one of the teams that were going to take a step back, and they took a big step back.
we said it.
And
Said
and
it.
I don't like the quarterback getting hurt multiple times. I don't like that. I don't like
Man, you
that.
said it right in the beginning of the year. We made our
Hmm.
predictions. We said that we did not believe they were going to be able to duplicate that season they had last year because expectations on them, and that the staff they didn't bring enough pieces in order to build on it. And then when you went in there with that contract dispute with key players that you didn't have play, it's just bad.
Yeah.
You put your season all bad like that. The Terry
Yep.
McLaurin, scary Terry situation, it
And
just
then he
all
gets hurt, and then he misses a
he
bunch
get
of
hurt.
time.
And, what about the crybaby out San Francisco who never played
Oh
IU,
yeah,
and now they're going to dump him? What the
yeah.
heck, bro? All
And
them.
watch Washington pick him up. I could just see it. I could just see Washington pick him up. I could see it. I'm just saying, not saying, just saying. I could see it. Just like I could see the Jets. The Jets are not only officially on the clock for the number 2 pick, I think they're unofficially on the clock for the number 1 pick in
I feel
2027.
sorry for Dante Moore or Arch. Arch ain't going. They're going to pull it.
I
I'm
think
telling you.
Archie, I think it depends on who the head coach is. I think he is going. Manning is going number 1.
But you don't think they're
So is
going
he
to
going to
pull what
go
they
back
did
to
with
be a
Eli?
5th-year senior?
You don't think they're going to do what they did with Eli?
No, because the league is different now, and they won't allow that.
Or they
They
won't?
won't. They won't allow a Manning to dictate where he goes again. They
Okay.
won't allow that.
Okay. So he's going to be in New York. Whew. Well, his
But
grandfather went to freaking New Orleans and they sucked.
yeah, they
So,
suck.
okay. Whoo, not a good situation. Not a good situation.
I mean, unless they get themselves a good head coach, which they don't have right now, and there will be candidates, like there always is. And my wild card is John Gruden, and he's good with quarterbacks.
Ooh,
That's my wild card.
You get John Gruden in New York
I
with
think John
Bannon or
Gruden could
Dante
do it.
Moore
I think
or
he can do it.
with them two, either one, A, B, Dante Moore, John Gruden.
I
I
think
don't
if it's
know because you never know.
John Gruden would love to coach a Manning.
Oh my
What are
goodness,
we talking about?
look his chops,
He would love to coach a
and
Manning.
he'll bring the
So
best out of him too.
I think he would. I think that'd be great.
I
I
think
think
will
that'd be
too.
great if John Gruden went to the Jets. Oh, at least they'd be worth talking about.
You're right about that.
They'd
I
be
agree.
worth talking about. So, anything else, brother? You want to add? I know there was a little movie
Oh yeah,
recommendation.
man. Yeah. Before we go, man, thank you once again, man, for everybody tuning into our show, man. We thank all the comments, subscribers, man. We're gonna keep this good coming to you. But hey, if y'all got HBO, was it HBO Max? I believe.
Yes.
Yes, HBO Max. You gotta watch the Smash Machine, man, with The Rock, man. He actually did a great job playing Mark Kerr, UFC fighter. It was a very good show, man. I actually went back and watched the documentary on Mark Kerr, and when I say that this movie was spot on, I'm talking about The Rock really did his research on the character, and he really played the role well. Like he really did a good job. He made me not feel like he was The Rock because he's the most positive, biggest guy I ever met, and it's The Rock. Says all the great stuff. But he actually showed some range in this movie, man. It was dope. So yeah, it was really good. It was really good. It was really good.
I also saw the Smashing Machine, and it was good. And I watched a documentary when it came out over 20 years ago, and it was the movie was spot on with the documentary. I thought Dwayne did a great job, and I hope he gets a couple of awards for
Oh
it. I
yeah,
know
because he is up for Oscar too. He is up for Oscar.
is he nominated?
Yes, well, I know the movie is up for Oscar nominee.
I'll have to check it out and
Yeah.
and see the nominations. Which, by the way, in a few weeks we will have a Oscar show. I already got the category, so we'll tune into that. We'll probably do that a week or two before the Oscars actually comes out. So I think that'll be sometime in March. So we got like another month or so before we do that. But right now, it is all about sports, 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 sports. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast. You can catch us next Tuesday on the Box Office Buzz 302 YouTube channel, right around 9:30 p.m. East Coast time. Make sure to like, comment, tell a friend. Please leave the comments. We love to read the comments. Agree, disagree, everything in between. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys tuning in. And make sure you watch the Super Bowl. Have yourself a party. Don't drink too much because you got to come to work the next day, okay? Monday's not a holiday. You got to come to work. And pay attention to the trade deadline, which is on Thursday. Hopefully, we get a couple that stand out. I doubt it. But hopefully we do. So from my main man, Larry Loper, I'm Gilly Rizzari. We'll catch you next Tuesday, and we'll be talking about the Super Bowl. Hopefully it was a good one. Deuces, y'all.
Deuces.
Enjoy the game.